Okay, we're live. WoW Soloist here. We're doing some level 80 endgame content here, and there are three instanced areas that you're probably best to start with when you start doing end content. The easiest in my mind is Silver Wastes, because it's, if you know WoW, it's the Timeless Isle of GW2. As long as there's lots of people around, or a few people around, then everybody just gangs up on all of the various Mordermoth monsters, and it becomes a fairly easy run, a lot of chests. Look out for the various weather conditions and things, but it's basically easier. Dry top, which is today's topic, is tougher because of all the jumping things. You see these little orange and purple buffs. It's an annoyance even to get out of this starting area into it. A lot of people don't much like dry top because of all the jumping. The other thing is, it is a big map with 4 main quadrants. So you've got the northeast, you have the northwest, and then you have the southwest, and then the basically the southeast. You can roam down to from the northeast. So these main 3 areas, though, getting to the northeast, getting up here, getting over to here, getting up here, getting down here, and then getting down to here, and over to this hero point and the high parts of the map. Plus there is a cavern down here which is required for an achievement as well, Dragon Cavern, whose entrance is here. So it's not the easiest to navigate around, and so what we're going to do here is do a little navigation and show you basically how to get here, 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 and then we may go down here. We'll spend a moment on how you get out of this starting area, because that does bother a lot of people. And after that, this is mainly an explore the map and find treasures and do various things. So, but we'll look at how you get from one place to the other, because that's not the easiest thing to do. So first of all, I've got a tip. Here we are at the starting point. And by the way, once you get out of the starting point, run like heck to that first waypoint and grab it, because you really don't want to do this starting thing again. This buff here, the first buff you get, manages to get you through this blocking sand fall here. Lets you grab this guy. This guy here is a jumping buff that you will get often, and it jumps you very high. Actually, sorry, the blue one over here jumps you very high. This purple guy here targets you, so you can go and target an area like this, and it will take you there. Now, maybe it's just lag with me, but my experience is that the targeting is quite off on these purples, and if I target the top here, I'll overshoot it and land on the ground. So I usually target a little before the top, and I'll land on the ledge on the other side here. I'll land off the top. That actually is good for me. On my character here, this blue thing does not get me over here properly. My best bet is to keep the purple buff, not touch that blue thing, and use the purple buff to jump over here, rather than use this one. I've yet to get this buff on the top here to get me anywhere. It'd be interesting to see if this, yeah, you see this guy also did the same thing, so it's a commonly known fact. Don't touch that buff, just use this one. So basically, you take this, and it gets you through here with relative little damage. Now, you really want to do this quickly. Oh, good, we're okay. I don't want to lose this buff, so I just want to go there. Please, oh, when I say overshooting sometimes is really good. So forget that blue one, just don't touch it, come over here. Now you're on the right side, you're almost there. You can't go through this crud here, so you have to get through all of this nasty. You gotta go up. Alright, now you pick up this buff, and it's, oh, there we go. Sometimes you shoot yourself up into a rock ledge. So those things let you jump. You will find those things invaluable if you want to get to any of the vistas, high places, achievements. This thing has tremendously high places. You need those jumping puzzles buffs to get anywhere here. So it's a good thing to know. But we came here to explore. So, the town of Prosperity here has a little something hidden for us, and we need to get over there. And besides that, if you were new here, you would be trying to get that waypoint before you died, because otherwise you have to do what looked so easy for me to do there. You're going to have to do that all over again. And where you don't want to go is back there. So, lots of altitude here. The bandits show up periodically, I think because I've already achieved something. The first time you come through here, these tendrils and bandits and stuff are normally not there. These are not nice things. As you can see.
Protected.
There's also quicksand and all kinds of fun stuff here. The biggest problem here is getting out of this area. You get good at this blue thing. So while you're at it and you're exploring up here, you are going to want to get some of the vistas. There is an achievement for climbing way up here to the top, but that's actually not going to help us get where we're going right now. As you see, there's various ways you can die before you get to where you want to go. That first waypoint. The plot here is that a whole pile of Zephyrite people have crashed. They need your help. They've been up here long enough to basically start some kind of culture going, I would think. But I'm trying to get down from here. Sometimes you can use those popping things to pop away. There is ore here. There's also crystals, quartz crystals. There's one there. They're very valuable if you are making higher level weapons and stuff. But I believe... Oh, and there are lost coins. So there are achievements related to collecting all these lost coins. That just happened to be one I haven't gotten yet. There are quite a lot of them. Okay, so we have an event, which of course pops up in these areas a lot. I would strongly suggest, again, you see that waypoint over there? Don't get involved in events until you've gotten a waypoint that keeps you away from that starting area. Because trust me, once you've gotten to here, you will never, ever want to go back to that starting point again. So now that you're here, when you come here from Lion's Arch or something, you can just click on this guy and avoid this area entirely. Okay, so now we need to go see our little town. Again, we're going to avoid the event because that's not what we're here for right now. Oh, no, no, no. No good. That's the quicksand river. There actually is an achievement for staying in there and alive for 15 seconds. So I would suggest you buff yourself well if you're not if you don't have good healing skills. Alright, now, gonna get into our little town here. Which, of course, is on the other side of this. Now, this bug will maybe keep you alive, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Woohoo! And maybe. Okay, that was fun. Okay, so we've made it to this town with these creepy moving vines in its front door. So we are in the, we look north like we're looking right now. We're looking at the southwest corner, bottom right left of the place, and there's this pretty little red adobe kind of hut. And in this little hut is a bunch of junk. And behind the bunch of junk is a tunnel, which has a stairwell in it, and a bunch, of course. How could a place be complete without spiders? It always has to be spiders. Now, this is one of these builds you hear about with rangers. She has the one-handed sword axe build, which I find, and she also has a longbow if she needs it, but I find the axe build to be like just so much better. Now you can go down here and play around. This guy looks like he may not know, but don't play around in the basement. Go behind the stairs, not in that room. Ooh, mining. No, I don't want to talk to the script. Mine. Always pick up mithril. Heal your pet when he's taking on things. Okay, so again, I'm going around under the stairs. I am going to attempt to not engage all of these dudes. Except for, of course, when they lock me up. In which case... Alright. Oh yeah, much better. Even better if I wasn't doing it. Okay. Excuse me while I don't know how my perspective changed there, but for some reason doesn't seem to want to back me out. So anyway, we are climbing back up now from that little pit of spiders. And we have a few more. As you see, she's got pretty good gear, and she's been an 80 for a couple of months, so this area is not taxing for her unless she takes on a bunch of these guys. Alright, so we are starting to come out into where we want to be. Once we finish with these mobs. Alright. Oh, enough. Really? It's annoying when you can't dodge these things. Alright. Okay, there's friendly centaurs here, so don't get freaked out when you see centaurs. This bunch actually are nice. Okay, look at that. So we've made it to another waypoint. This waypoint allows us to hike around right and go up the Treadrock Uplands path, which will take us up into the northern section, this northeastern piece. And from there, we can just wander over and eventually get into the oasis. So it's not, once you get through that house in the village here, and through that tunnel, which as you see was quite circuitous, and you get here, now you're pretty much in the open landscape, just PvE as normal, until you get to Upland's Oasis, and then it gets fun to get down here to the southwest. Okay. So, and we have drakes. I'm going to ignore the drakes because otherwise we'll be beating on mobs all night. Silver wastes and Drytop are not short of mobs, and I think actually Drytop has more of the casual guys spread around than Silver Waste does. Alright, so show you where we are in the big map. We've just come all the way up to this Badlands zone in the north. Now, what you're going to want to be is on the other side of this chasm here, because there's not too much interesting on the south, although you're obviously going to have to explore it. Let that guy take care of the ostrich. There's a vista here, which is a little bit of fun. It basically involves a few of these jumping things. I'm not going to show you how to get to all of these vistas. You'll figure them out but when you get here, but they are a bit of a pain. This one is up there, which requires you to go down to the base of that thing and pick up a bunch of blue vertical jumper buffs like that one right there. Which lets you jump up onto things. Or, in this case, just lets you. By the way, if you fall down, you still get damage, just so you know. I'll show you that bit. If you want that hero point, you've got to go up on the top right, where I was. That thing also gives you a speed boost, that yellow. If you want that hero point, it's at the top of this waterfall here. And the only way to get to it is to get a way up there above it and fall down into it, jump down into it. It buffs you from fall damage when you land there, so you can get your commune with the elements and then jump down into the water down here. So the place where I was, you have to work your way up with a bunch of blue jumps, and eventually you'll get up to that point. But as I say, we're trying to get from here to there, so we're not going to hit all of these vistas, otherwise we would be here for days, literally. Thank you for an event I didn't even know I was part of. Okay. What we want to do, where we're aiming for, is those tendrils to the south. Now, what we have to do is get ourselves up there. Oh, and of course there's a vent. This set of tendrils has a problem because it's only up. I really don't like engaging mortar moths when I'm here by myself. It's futile and probably deadly. Doing extremely well with these guys. I am absolutely amazed. was weird. Like he came back to life. Where's my pet? Come back here. This is the thing with ranger pets. They go and they run far too far, and then they drag all kinds of nasty mobs and train them right into you. Okay, so while this event is on, and we may have to kill a whole bunch of these guys. Plus we have a sandstorm. That doesn't help. There are no tendrils. So you see these tendrils marked on the map, but they're not here right now. Usually they are. This event is not up all that often. Of course, the day that you want it to not be up so that you can demonstrate how to get across them, that's the day that you come here and the event is on. These flower things are nasty if you get the elite champion ones. Uh-oh, I think I've aggroed a bird. Oh, now what have you done? This pet needs a passive. The ranger pet has only got 2 settings, which is like on and off. Like it sits back and lets somebody kill you, or it goes off and finds every mob that's even off the horizon and picks on it, thus getting you into much more trouble than you really want to be. Honestly. These things also rejuvenate nastily if you leave them alone for half a sec. I think we're gonna get killed here because we're tied up. That's why it's good to be up here in these events when you've got multiple players. Alright. Come here, pet. Leave those guys alone. Alright. Yeah, you betcha. You also need to survive here, so... Sorry, pet, if that takes you out. Okay, so this noise you're hearing is this thing that you see in front of me, which just appeared. It wasn't here a moment ago. Got any loot. Okay, so here we were fighting, and these things didn't exist. But once we defeated these guys and the event ended, we wound up with tendrils. Tendrils are the way you get across this gulch. So now you're going from the northwest to the southwest quadrants. Do be careful, it's a long way down. And it doesn't help when you're in a sandstorm and you can barely see where the wrinkles are. There we are. Okay. Oh yeah, he beat me over. Okay, so now there is, if you can see it, there it is, in the sandstorm. There's a waypoint, so make sure you get that one, so that every quadrant you're in, you can get back to quickly, because, yeah, you don't always want to run that again, and you may not want to run the event. One thing worth mentioning is there's another tendril here that we could have taken on the right. And that takes us up to a high area up here, which includes this waypoint and these vendors. You can't get there from here. You need to go up there. And if you're going over here to this part of Challenger Cliffs, you're going to want to do the high road. So it's good to have that. So then you just have to go back this tendril and up that one. Okay, so that is the major route finding, actually. Now you're in this particular quadrant, which is the third of the 4 quadrants and it's the one of the 2 that are hard to get to, or 3 that are hard to get to. So we've sort of done it. All the rest can be navigated from those waypoints that we've already found. Now, if you've never been to these places when there are dust storms happen for about 20 minutes every hour, after about 40 minutes into the hour. Dust storms have dust mites, some of which are champions, some of which are veterans. The regular mobs disappear and these nasty dust mites come after you. You really can't see where you're going. You could go over a cliff if you're not careful on your map. Is that what I think it is? Oh, it's a legendary giant. Yeah, don't take him on unless there's a bunch of people here. Tonight there doesn't look like there's anybody much here but me, so I'm not taking on that big monster. Okay, so we just quickly got all the way from here. It looks bigger on the map than it is, and we've gotten down here, which is an interesting area because you may want to go into the cave, which is actually part of the Brier story. So this is the Scarlet Brier cave. This is the cave that contains the object that drove her insane. I've never gotten... This is the queen. When she invites you, you can get in there, but otherwise not. This other tunnel is not the easiest thing to find in a sandstorm. So, yeah. When it's not a sandstorm, I wind up going into this tunnel all the time when I do not want to be there.
Many squids, help!
Oh yeah. You need so much help dealing with me. Where is my pet and why is it back there? There we go. Okay, so we've gotten here. Oh, no good. Yes, so now once you've gotten here, you now are seeing the Asura and their nasty little guys. They're golems, and this is where you now enter. This door may not be open for you. You may have to do some fighting to get it open. This is the magical cavern, and to your left over here is the Ahmad's machine, or Arnad's machine, which is the machine that drove Scarlet Brier insane, which is what made her do all the evil things she did. Well, turned her into Scarlet Brier from the Sylvari she was before. This one has a few vistas and such that are like really quite trivially easy to get. There are some interesting little things on both sides that you need to look through at some point, but by far what you want to do here is stay out into the open. This end, there's just this ley line, commune with nature. But in general, if you stay in the water here, you're pretty much safe from the mobs. And do spend a little time exploring the sides. You'll find books and things that are part of some achievement collection somewhere. now you're seeing elementals and lots of strange stuff, which looks like actually this is part of the residue of a dragon or something related to a dragon. And then there is this nice, very steep ramp down. And this is the machine. This is where Scarlet went. It is possible to go in here. I haven't found out how yet, but I guess it is. If you do, it doesn't do anything much to you, because apparently the lore is that Scarlet drained it of whatever magical powers the machine had when it transferred those into her and drove her insane. But that little purple thingy in the center is basically it. Right now it's basically a point of interest. When you get out here, you'll find also there's some machines here that you can read the screen on, and tells you about basically how she moved her equipment, dealt with creatures, portals, and other associated stuff. And by playing with that, of course, you're going to attract one of these nasty golem critters. Who, as we mentioned before, in this build are no great big challenge. Okay, so having done that, we just need to go back out again. And unfortunately, boring though it is, it's the one way in, one way out. So we just go back. And as I say again, I've come back here sometimes when these gates are closed. You just have to beat up on these guys in front here. And eventually they'll open up for you. So that is all of the mysterious areas of Drytop. I know there's not even much video on YouTube on it, but not really the hardest place to get to once you know how. And videos like this are the best way to do it. And you can always see if you can jump up on top of that. There's this sound of breaking glass when those buffs end. And some of them you need every second of them, so you really need to time yourself well. Anyway, I'm not going to go in this video of trying to get up to Challenger Cliffs. That's a little bit of a challenge. Similarly, this hero point, you've got to get up on some pretty tall stuff. The way to do it is from this end, from the south end, and work your way up. As I say, if you really hate jumping puzzles, then you really hate Drytop. And there are a lot of people who really hate Drytop. Oh, people! There are other people. Will you stop engaging things, pet? Trying to get out of here.
Protected.
I'm just getting the wrong way here. As I say, once you don't want that little channel, it seems like you can't get anywhere else but. Finding it the first time is tough, But then once you get it, now you can get up from this side. I've had no great fun trying to use that jumping buff to try and get up from that side. You can't get there from here. Your only choice is to get in there from the south.
We heal as one.
Oh, a bit. Yeah, the ranger pet really needs that middle passive thing that WoW has, so you can say, defend me, but don't aggro anything by yourself, because this thing aggroes everything in the planet. Okay, so there's the waypoint up here. Again. What you need to do is get down there in this area and come up in this area to get up to that. Now the other area of concern, you might say, is, well, how do I get down here? Well, that's simple. Let's go there. This was our first waypoint that we found when we first came here by the Quicksand River. So with this one, all we want to do is follow that champion. No, we want to go down Prospect Valley, down toward the south, and we can just wander through this area to our heart's content. What is this guy? Oh, a dust mite twister. And summons me. Oh, well, I guess we're stuck with him. This is not going to go well, as they say. I don't have enough power to do anything to this dude. Oh, very, very slowly. All-night fight. Well, there you go. How that was a success, I don't know. But what happened was the magical big dust twister left because the sandstorm event ended. Now, if you want to go up on the stuff to the right, you can go take your little jumpy thing here and go up there. Or you can just use it like me to vault over the mobs. Ow. And as you see, what these things are for, you can pick up another one, and another one, and another one, etc., etc. But the problem is, sometimes you get places, and you run out. Then you are what's called stuck. Okay, so this is mainly a bunch of drakes, but there are some points here that you want to get to. And if you want to get over to this particular spot, now if you want to get up to that vista, this one's annoying because I don't quite remember exactly the right spot to jump here, but once it's worn out, you have to jump back to get it again because there's nothing on this side. It's just annoying. Anyway. You can jump there, but it's not easy to get back up. So sometimes you just give it up. Okay. This is what passes for a tree. Oh, I have no gathering tools for trees right now. I have them in my bags, but I don't think I'm really going to be picking that up right at the moment. The mithril to me at this point is uninteresting other than to sell it, but the quartz crystals are quite useful. Oh yeah, I need a whole bunch of those. So, we've now gotten down here. As you can see, you can spend quite a bit of time here. Now, why did I not get that point of interest? Well, because it's not down here. It's way up somewhere else. Alright, I'll bite. What's this going to spawn? Oh, it is choppable. Wasn't that interesting? I'm in combat? Oh, what are you doing, pet? I am not in combat. WoW has this problem too. You're in combat. No, I'm not. Yeah, honk. Alright. It's because I'm in an event area. Even though I guess they classed me as being part of the event. Still trying to get that one spot. Oh, I suspect it's up there. Thingy. Over here. The action I'm doing, if you're wondering what it is... Now this is the way to get to the vista. Up here, jump, jump, vista. And this, if you want to get over here, then you pick up this guy, which is one of those point and jump horizontally things, which will take you over there. And I think that's the only way to get that point of interest. So how you do with these, you keep your one finger on the one button, which is the jump, and you keep a finger, or your mouse or whatever, you keep a finger on the move forward button. And there you go. Just try not to get yourself hung up on the rock ledges, because it really hurts. Honestly. Oh, and then you... Ooh, almost. Then you target something, not too far, because it always seems to overshoot. Okay, so it looks like that place there with all of those things, that's where we want to go. There we are! Haha! Wanted to get that one. And now we're here. Sun is getting down. Is this a fall buff? Nah, it's just a leap. Leap of faith. If I leap from here, I'm probably going to blobber myself. Nah. And as I say, sometimes they run out when you least want them to. It's not too bad. I wonder if I can use this too. Oh no. It's not going to let me go down. But so that's the secret. Ouch. Don't target long. Target short. And as I say, I really hope you like jumping really high. Ouch.
We heal at one.
Okay, so I think you've got the point. This is basically dry top. Lots of events, lots of crystals to collect, vistas and things to pick up. I still have a hero point over here, which is a little tough to get to. And I think I've got another, perhaps, point of interest somewhere that I haven't picked up yet. Maybe, maybe not. So enjoy wandering around. And, oh, I've got this little dude over here. Haven't figured out how to get to him yet. But probably this way, and I'm hoping that's not quicksand, but it sort of looks like it might be. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this, and we'll sign off now. And that's your quick tour of how to get around Dry Top. See you next time.